In the previous unit, students solved and graphed systems of linear equations and inequalities using one or two variables. Prior to engaging in Unit 3, students will need to distinguish linear patterns from nonlinear patterns based on scatterplots, identify positive and negative trends in a scatterplot, and interpret slopes and y-intercepts of graphs of linear equations. In this unit, students extend those ideas and skills to graph linear models of real-world datasets using scatterplots, determine lines of best fit for the data, and use those linear models to make predictions. Students will determine the goodness of fit for a linear model. Let's take a look at the vertical alignment for two variable statistics in 4a, 4b, and 4c to understand better what students should have already mastered to support this unit. Starting in 5th grade, students built their skills for calculating and interpreting the correlation coefficient of a dataset for Algebra 1, Standard 4a. Students graphed datasets on the coordinate plane to create a scatterplot. By 8th grade, they constructed scatterplots using bivariate data and described their relationship as linear, nonlinear, or no association. In Algebra 1, students will use technology and the scatterplot of a dataset to determine the correlation coefficient between two variables and the strength of their linear association. Now, let's see how students built their skills for comparing and contrasting association and causation in real-world problems for Algebra 1 Standard 4b. Similar to the previous standard, starting in 5th grade, students graphed datasets on the coordinate plane to create a scatterplot. By 8th grade, students used graphical representations to contrast linear sets of data with nonlinear sets of data. In Algebra 1, students will compare and contrast association and causation in real-world problems involving different datasets. Now, let's see how students build their skills for writing linear functions that provide a reasonable fit to data to estimate solutions in real-world problems for Algebra 1 Standard 4c. Starting in 8th grade, students used a trend line to approximate the linear relationship between datasets and make predictions. While in grade 8, students used the trend line that was given to them. In Algebra 1, they will have to write the equation of the line for themselves, with and without tech, before they can use it. They will write linear functions that fit a dataset to estimate solutions and make predictions for real-world problems. As you move through this unit and find students who have gaps in their understanding of the prerequisite skills, consider using these resources available in the OpenStax Pre-Algebra book.